It sounds crazy, trust me. But this all happened when I was 7 years old. I'm 23 now and it still gives me the creeps. I'm also curious if any of you can help me figure out what this may have been. When I was 7, I had a waterbed. The head of it was against the bordering wall next to my door frame. My door opened to the inside, so when the door was open I could see it plain as day. So as soon as you walk out of my room, to the right was my parents' room, and to the left, farther down the hall, was the bathroom and my brother's room. We kept the bathroom light on at night due to us having a black cat that enjoyed sleeping in the hallway, and we didn't want to kick it or step on it in the middle of the night while going to the bathroom. Now I will say this with certainty, when these incidents happened, my brother was not home, and both of my parents were asleep with their doors shut. My brother was also 14 at the time, which always reaffirmed me that even though he wasn't home, it couldn't have been him. He was at camp. I would sleep through the night like a rock most of the time. Nothing woke me up. But around 2 to 3 a.m., I would jolt awake with my face facing my open door, and I wouldn't be able to fall asleep again easily. So I would stare at the reflection of the bathroom light on my bedroom door, thinking about the next day of school, wondering what I was going to have for breakfast in the morning. Just stuff kids at that age think of. Without hearing a sound, I would slowly see the bathroom light fading extremely slowly until it turned off, and I would hear the pop of the switch shutting off. The bathroom had one of those rotating switches for making the light brighter and dimmer. I was very confused but figured the light switch was loose or something. So I'd get out of bed, walk through the hallway, usually nicking the cat, and turn the light back on. Then I'd walk back to my bed, get in, and go to sleep. For whatever reason, after the light was turned off and I turned it back on, I could go to sleep easier. It was odd. Well, this started happening around every other night for a week straight. I'd wake up in the middle of the night, see the light shut off around 5 minutes of staring at the reflection, get up, nick the cat, turn it back on, and go back to sleep. Until things got a little strange. About a week went on with no disturbances. I slept through the entire night and woke up fine in the morning. I went to school, came home, played with my Legos and Lycan logs, ate dinner, stayed up late with my neighbor, went home, and went to bed. I was in the middle of a dream and I still remember it. I was running down the street in the middle of the day, chasing up to my friends to play football, when suddenly I was jolted awake. I fixated on the light and watched it fade slowly to black like normal. It was normal to me now, so I got up, started walking through the hallway, but my cat wasn't there. It happens sometimes, so maybe it was in my parents' room. So I walk into the bathroom, turn the light all the way back on to bright, and start walking back to my bedroom. I got about 4 steps away from the bathroom and I saw the reflection dim very quickly to black, and heard the loud pop of the switch completely shutting off. I was standing in the center of the hallway completely engulfed in black. I turned back around, walked to the bathroom, turned the switch back to bright, and started walking back. I make it all the way to my bedroom archway, and the entire light goes black. No fade, no pop from the switch, just black and nothing else. At that point I had enough and got into bed, laid down, and tried to go back to sleep. It took me about 2 hours to fall back asleep that night, but I did. The next night I'm dozing off to sleep. It is probably around 11 to 12 and I'm slowly fading. I'm facing my door but my eyes are shut. I'm not even thinking about the light right now as I fall asleep. Since I had a waterbed, the frame was close to the ground and I slept right on the edge against the barrier. I woke up to my pillow hanging halfway off my bed. Frustrated for being woken up because of this, I grab it and throw it back under my head and I go back to sleep. About probably an hour later, I wake up and feel my head slowly sliding with the pillow off the bed. I jolt up and my pillow falls off my bed. I got mad and yelled out for my brother to stop messing with me, even though he still wasn't home. I grabbed my pillow and slammed down into my waterbed and shut my eyes as I lay there. I didn't open my eyes or move for what felt like an eternity. I have no idea how long it could have been, but I was acting like I was asleep. I slowly felt a tug on my pillow and my pillow started moving off the bed again. I feel my head get halfway off the edge, bolt my eyes open and throw my head left to face my doorway. And what I saw still haunts me to this day. It looked like a small child, around 5 or so years old, only it had no face. It had the outline of a head and a body, laying on the ground with its arms reached out and hand gripping the corner of my pillow. This thing was darker than dark. It was like a shadow figure, only darker. The blackness of my room and hallway was a gray compared to this thing, and I stared directly into its face for a good 3 seconds. No eyes, no lips, no mouth, didn't make a sound or a peep. I know I was staring into its face because when I saw it, it looked up at me. I opened my mouth to scream for my mom, then it let go and flew backwards while laying down out of my bedroom doorway. Then I heard a pounding on the floor like heavy footsteps running down the hallway and a door slamming very loudly. I screamed for my mom as she came running out of her room and grabbed me and started asking what was wrong. She took me into her bedroom and had her door open and I could see the hallway. My brother's door and bathroom door were both wide open. There's no way they were slammed shut. It wasn't possible. I've never seen anything like this again in my life, that vividly. It horrified me. The fact I can remember this 16 years ago, after the fact like it happened yesterday, is what creeps me out the most. It stuck with me.